Namaste children.
Namaste, sir.
I welcome you all for today's political science class. Chapter 3, Why do we need a parliament? Children, look at this image. Can you identify this image?
Yes, sir.
What is this image?
Sir, Parliament House.
Parliament House. Where it is located?
Sir, in New Delhi.
It is located at New Delhi. Children, if you look at this Parliament House, we can understand many things. First of all, it signifies that the Parliament is based on people strength who come from different background. Second, the Parliament represents the representative democracy. Third, it also symbolizes the unity in diversity. Then what is Parliament? Parliament means it is an assembly of elected representatives who exercise supreme power behalf of the people. And also it is very important institution for Indian citizens which gives them opportunities to participate in decision making and also control of government. What is Parliament?
Parliament means it is an assembly of elected representatives who exercise supreme power behalf of the people.
Very good. So, Parliament means it is an assembly of elected representatives who exercise supreme power behalf of the people. Children, today in this class we are going to discuss about why should people decide, what is universal adult franchise, and the structure of Parliament and also role of the Parliament. So, children, why should people decide? Why people have to participate in decision making? Children, we celebrate Independence Day every year. When do we celebrate Independence Day?
Sir, on August 15th.
On August 15th. Do you know why do we celebrate Independence Day?
Sir, we celebrate Independence Day every year to remember the day on which we got independence by British rule.
Very good. Children, as you all know, India got freedom in the year 1947, August 15, after a long and tough struggle against British colonial rule. People from various sections joined the struggle and they were inspired by the idea of freedom, equality and decision making. During freedom struggle, the Indian National Congress, which was founded in 1885, played a crucial role to free our country from the British rule and demanded the British government to have elected members in the legislature with a right to discuss the budget and ask questions. finally, the Indian Government Act 1909 allowed some people to vote and elect their representatives to the legislature, but not allowed all the people to vote and participate in decision making process. Therefore, when India got freedom, the dreams and aspirations of the freedom struggles were made concrete in the Indian Constitution to establish democracy. The Indian Constitution laid down the principle of universal adult franchise, where all adults can participate in the decision making. What is universal adult franchise? Universal adult franchise means all adults who are 18 years and above eligible to vote irrespective of their caste, religion, education background, economic background, etc. Repeat, what is universal adult franchise?
All adults who are 18 years and above are eligible to vote irrespective of their caste, religion, education background and economic status, etc.
Children, democracy is the idea of consent where people have to participate in decision making process through their elected representatives. It is the decision of the people that creates a democratic government and decide about its functioning. Children, why universal adult franchise is important? Universal adult franchise is important because to have voting rights, to maintain the equality and to understand the democratic system in the country. Children, look at this image of universal adult franchise where all adults who are 18 years and above standing in a line to cast their vote irrespective of their caste, religion, gender, economic status, etc. For example, election of your class representative or monitor. How do you elect your class representative?
Sir, by election.
Through election. Who will conduct the election?
Sir, teachers.
Teachers. How do they conduct the election?
Sir, first they ask the list of the students who stand for the election. Sir, then they ask to file the nomination.
Very good.
Sir, then they'll fix the date for the election. Every student will go and vote in the line.
Very good. So, this is the way election of your class representative take place in your school. Suppose if the class representative is selected by the teacher, Can you say is it democracy?
No,
No, sir.
No. If the class representative is elected by the students, then we can say it is democratic process, because the class representative who is elected by the students represent all the students in the class. If the class representative selected by the teacher, he represents only the teacher. It is not democratic process. Democratic process means class representative must be elected by the students through vote. Children, we conduct our election with EVM. What is EVM? It is electronic voting machines, which was first introduced in a year 2004. What is EVM?
Electronic voting machine.
When was it introduced first? In the year 2004. It includes the serial number, name of the candidate, symbols and buttons against the symbols. What does it include?
Sir, it includes name of the candidate.
Serial number.
Symbols.
Sir, buttons.
Buttons. What is the advantage of EVM?
Sir, it does fast counting.
It does fast counting. Then
Sir, and we get quick results.
quick result.
It reduces fake votes.
It reduces fake votes.
It saves paper.
Very good. It also saves papers. Okay. These are the advantage of EVM. It does fast counting. It reduces the fake votes. It gives quick result, and also it saves papers, and also it saves trees which would cut for the purpose of preparing ballot paper. In the year 2004 election, EVM saved 1,50,000 trees which would cut for the purpose of preparing ballot paper. Okay. Now, let us discuss about the structure of the parliament. Children, the parliament has two houses. Do you know what are the two houses of parliament?
Yes,
sir, sir, Lok Sabha. Sir, and Rajya Sabha.
Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. What are the differences between Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha? Lok Sabha is known as lower house, whereas Rajya Sabha is known as upper house. Lok Sabha is chaired by the speaker, whereas Rajya Sabha is chaired by the Vice President of India. There are 545 members in Lok Sabha, out of which 543 are elected by the people and 2 are nominated by the president. They are Anglo-Indians. Whereas in Rajya Sabha, there are 245 members in a house, out of which 243 members are elected by the elected members of the state legislature and 12 members are nominated by the President of India, who are dedicated in the field of science, literature, sports, etc. To become a member of Lok Sabha, the appropriate age is 25 years. To become a member of Rajya Sabha, the appropriate age is 30 years. Now, let us discuss about the role of the Parliament. The Indian Parliament, which was created after 1947, has immense powers because it is representative of the people. The election to the Parliament and state legislature held in a similar manner. The elected member of Lok Sabha is called MP or Member of Parliament. The elected member of state legislature is called an MLA or Member of Legislative Assembly. Who is an MP?
So, elected member of Lok Sabha is called MP or Member of Parliament.
Who is an MLA?
The elected member of state legislature is called an MLA or Member of Legislative Assembly.
The Lok Sabha is usually elected once in 5 years. The country is divided into numerous constituencies as shown in this map. Do you know how many constituencies are there in India? There are 543 constituencies are there in India. From each constituency, one person will be elected by the people to the Parliament. The candidate who contest the election belong to different political parties. This table shows the number of national and state political parties existed in India and also number of MPs belong to each political parties. Children, now we will move on to the function of a parliament. What are the functions of parliament? The parliament has many functions. The most important function of the parliament is to select the national government. After the Lok Sabha election, a list is prepared showing how many MPs belong to each political party. A political party which has a majority in the parliament will form the government in a country. The opposition in the parliament is formed by all political parties which have no majority in the parliament. The largest among these parties will play the role of opposition in the government. And one of the most important function of the Lok Sabha is to select the executive. What is executive? Executive means a group of government servants who work together to implement the decision made by the parliament. The Prime Minister is the leader of ruling party in Lok Sabha, will select the ministers to work with him and implement the decisions. These ministers then take a charge of different departments of government like education, health, finance, etc. Another important function of the parliament is to control, guide and inform the government. The parliament, while in session, begins with a question hour. The question hour is an important mechanism for MPs to seek information regarding the work of the government. This is very important way through which parliament controls the government. The government gets valuable feedback and kept on its toes by the questions asked by MPs. The third most important function of the government is law making power. The parliament makes laws according to the provisions of the constitution to the whole nation. Children, you will learn the process of law making in the next chapter. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Children, now you write down some exercise questions. Question number 1. What is a parliament? Question number 2. What is universal adult franchise? Question number 3. List any 5 differences between Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Question number 4. Describe the functions of a parliament. Thank you very much.